listening to Retro Station, a retro game podcast. Not a single waifu in an anime game? Thank God games have evolved since then.
Hi, welcome to Retro Station, a retro games podcast. I'm David.
I'm Hilary.
And I'm Steven.
And today we're going to be talking about Record of Lodoss War for Dreamcast, which I will at some point call Record of the Lodoss War because that's what I thought it was for years and years and years. I'm sorry. You don't need to correct me. I know I'm wrong. Thank you. Before we talk about...
do correct us in the comments.
Yeah, please. Actually, correct
the algorithm.
Every single thing we do. Even like, does Steve have a beard hair out of place? Correct him. Did I miss a part shaving my head? Correct me. Everything. My shirt a little wrinkled? Correct me. And do them in separate comments, too. Don't be a list. Comment, beard hair out of place. Another comment, miss a spot shaving, etc.
And link the time stamp.
Yeah. And tell your friends to comment on the same thing so we learn our lesson. Anyway, we're desperate. Before we talk about Record of Lodoss War or more self-grooming, Hilary, have you played anything?
No, I've been way too busy.
Will you be lazier so you can play some games? Oh my God.
Seriously.
Ridiculous. Priorities, lady. Jesus Christ.
I would say I only have like a week left, but then I have to get ready for my sewing expo show. So
yeah.
No rest.
Yeah. In like
insane.
A month. I'll be.
Just do it all the night before. That's how I was at home when I was in school. It's fine. Okay, well, fair enough. Steve, did you play anything?
I played stuff.
Ooh, how exciting.
Yes. I played quite a bit of stuff. I played... What did I play?
I do take that back. The girls asked me to play a Roblox game with them, and so I played 99 Nights in the Forest with them. It's my first time playing, and I made it to day 25, so apparently that's pretty decent for first time playing through. So
I assume 99 is the top.
No, you can get over 100. I believe.
What?
Yeah.
False
I
advertising.
think Vinny has done numbers in that game.
Vinny could be a professional gamer, like an esports team. I think he's really good. It seems like
he actually has his own YouTube channel. He doesn't have a microphone or anything, but I'll have to get that information for next time.
Sure,
or I'll
absolutely.
give it to you, and you can put it in the description below. That's
fine. Absolutely, yeah. Check it out. I watched one of his episodes. I know.
Yeah.
I haven't watched. I don't know. Has he done more?
I believe so.
I subscribed,
it
hasn't popped up, so I need to go find it.
I kind of taught him how to do stuff without editing.
Oh, okay.
So he just kind of posts whatever.
Yeah. That's good.
Semi-live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't do. This would be such a disaster if I didn't edit. Mainly because of me. I'm not saying I'm a disaster. So, well, cool. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, we can definitely put his link in there. So check that out if you want to see what Vinny's up to. But what have you played?
I played quite a few things. I played this game, which put me in a spiral.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, this game was very, spoiler alert, Diablo-esque. So on my Steam Deck, I have Torchlight 2, which I got because there is no Diablo 2 on Steam. It's either Diablo 4 or nothing.
It's weird.
Yeah, or Path of Exile. And I've tried Path of Exile, and it was very complicated for me because you have to do a lot of jewel inserting and changing around for your skills and stuff.
Where
it's
are you inserting the jewels? Oh, into weapons. Okay.
Yeah, and armors and stuff.
It's concerned. Okay.
Yeah, and there's different colors, so you gotta link them up to do special things. And I don't know, it was a little much for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I played Torchlight 2 for a little bit, and it's interesting. It's supposed to be very based on Diablo 2. And then I figured out how to get a computer working, and so I just downloaded Diablo 2. And I was like, well, Diablo 2 Resurrected.
Okay.
So the more updated one.
Yeah.
So I started a druid on ladder mode.
Right on.
We'll see how that goes. And
nice.
Then, what else did I play? I played Dr. Mario. I don't know why. One night it just popped in my head, like, let's start up some Dr. Mario.
Yeah.
And I did on easy mode, and I beat level 20, which is the highest level there is. And then I played on medium. So I think it's like a little faster or a little more things or a little bit of both. I'm not sure.
Definitely more germs. I think it's a little faster too. I don't remember for sure, but
I got to level 18 on medium.
Nice.
But then if you are not perfect in the first like 5 minutes and clear some stuff, and even with like RNG of what you get, it can totally spiral out of control because you only have like maybe 4 pills worth of space. So if you don't do it perfectly, and there's ones on the side, and those are harder because it's constantly falling. So you have to like,
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or go underneath or off to the side, which is a skill I had to learn to beat level, even level 20 on easy.
Right.
But what else did I play? I played Contra 3 for Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
And that one seemed a bit easier than the original Contra.
That's so funny. I was about to feel like it's hard as balls, huh? I think it's so hard.
But it's still hard.
I suck at it. I suck at that one for some reason.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't get super far, but I got farther.
Oh, interesting.
Than the original Contra.
I somehow die when I hit start to start the game. I don't know what happened, but that's how bad I am.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. The game is just, I don't remember it being that hard, but maybe I didn't play it that much when I was younger.
Yeah, maybe.
So, I'm trying to...
Well, and as we've discovered from doing this too, it's like sometimes our memory of games is different than
right,
when we get to replay it.
Yeah. And then I played more Triangle Strategy. I am a few chapters in.
Cool.
Getting some more people.
And that's like
some more storyline.
10 minutes of playtime, but the rest is like cutscenes, right?
It did speed up a little bit.
Okay.
I did get so normally there's like 20 chapters, and each chapter has like a crap ton of story, but it usually has 1 to 2 fights to give you like a hint at how many battles there are. So it does get a little interesting as far as that goes. But what's nice is I've played the game before, but it's been a while, so I don't remember the story completely.
Right.
And there's still some paths that I haven't gone down. So you can push a button and they just auto talk through the story.
Okay.
And so there are times where I will just have my Bluetooth headphones in and I'm helping out with the kids while the story's just going.
Okay. Gotcha.
And it's HD 2D graphics, so you're not missing like some crazy graphic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
While the story's going. So that's kind of what I do. And then I played a few side missions because what I recall from the first one was there are times where it'll be like, it tells you the required level for the next mission.
Right.
And there are times where you're like a level or 2 below, but they give you like practice missions.
Right. Okay.
That you get to actually keep the items and
Oh, that's nice.
experience. So you could overgrind. I wouldn't recommend. And
Gotcha.
then I think I played a little more Baldur's Gate 3. I can't remember since we record weekly. So
Yeah.
I might have.
Seems likely.
Yeah. Otherwise, I've done a lot of cutting stuff. A lot of cutting.
Sounds frightening. Yeah.
And I joined LinkedIn. So
Ooh,
that's exciting.
how fun.
Yeah.
The memes on that thing are non-existent. There's nothing really. I mean, it's useful. It's a good tool. It's just, yeah.
Yeah. But I'm going to... Heather wants me to, like, shoot for the moon as far as it goes for applying to places.
Yeah.
You know, just even if you're not remotely qualified.
Hasn't Bill Gates stepped down as CEO of Microsoft?
I don't know.
I think he's not there. They might need someone. They probably filled it by now, but you can always ask.
If I can borrow a few $1 billion, I think Seahawks are going up for sale.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's start a Patreon. Then we have to promote Seahawks every time, and I have to pretend like I know what I'm talking about. God, it's so hard. Yeah.
They're in the Super Bowl.
I know that. Yeah.
Yeah. That's like the, I don't know, SummerSlam.
That's next weekend, right?
Yes.
Okay.
WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know wrestling.
So I'm going to call this, I'm going to jump in with a real quick news update. The Seahawks won the Super Bowl, 423-2. It was amazing.
That would be amazing.
Wow. Anyway, congratulations, Seahawks, on your second? God damn it, Seahawks.
They've been to the Super Bowl 4 times.
I think we should buy a different team. 2 wins? Come on, man.
They've been 4 times.
How about the Patriots? Are they for sale? I'm making some money back. Okay, anyway. No, we're not going to buy the Patriots. I think he's mad. Don't leave, Steve. I was just joking. I was just being a dumbass. Don't worry about it. Sorry, go on, please. If you ever do.
No, that's it.
That's it? Okay.
I were used to that anyway.
Yeah,
so.
that's my main role. Not just in the show, in life. That's what I do. Okay. Yeah, excuse me, I played some games. So I realized I hadn't busted out I've got a really cool arcade stick that I really like a lot, but I hadn't actually used it in a while. So I was like, well, I'm going to go ahead and play some games that utilize arcade sticks very well. So I got on Steam. I played Danmaku Unlimited 2, which is a vertical shoot 'em up. It's kind of weird because it is one of the ones that, for some reason, assumes you're on like a vertical arcade screen. So like you're really, the playfield is just kind of in a big thing down the center of the screen, and the sides there's like nothing, which is odd because this is too new a game to have ever been in an arcade. So yeah, choices. It also feels more zoomed in than a lot of these games do. Like I feel like there's not a lot of room. That being said, it is classified as a bullet hell shooter. I don't think it really feels that bullet hellish, at least at the first couple levels, except for the bosses. Those are kind of, even then they're not that bad. Third level I started feeling it a little bit, but what's nice is your ship has a little like glowing dot in the center of it, and that is your hitbox, that little dot. So you keep that little dot safe, you're fine. And you actually get extra bonus points, and your super meter charges faster the closer you get to bullets. So you let those things graze you as close to your hitbox as possible, you get more points, and you can do your super more often. So, extra tricky. I don't try to do that because those bullets are going to almost hit me anyway if I don't die. I don't need to try this. It's just going to happen. So, but it is cool. The music's really good. It's interesting. It's an interesting game. I don't know if it's like my favorite or anything, but it's pretty decent. I'd give it that a shot if you see it for cheap. I didn't know there was a Danmaku Unlimited 1. I've never seen that one. So there you go. Then I moved on to fighting games. And a week or two ago, I mentioned how I had like goals for last year for gaming, and then like I couldn't remember what one of them was. What it was I was going to try to get good at least one fighter from like a few different games, and I didn't try to do that at all, really. So I started to mess around with some fighting games. So I played, I don't know if it's supposed to be pronounced BlazBlue or BlazBlue, Calamity Trigger, which is the first of that series. I played it a long time ago on PS3. I played as the characters. I tried Rachel Alucard, who's like a little girl vampire who has an extremely fat pink bat and a cat that turns into an umbrella with her, because of course, why not? And I played as Lychee Fei Ling, who doesn't have animal companions whatsoever. That's an interesting game. I think it seems like the kind of game that you need to learn to get good at. I mean, really learn to feel like you're doing things well. It felt like I almost could do things, but I felt kind of like stilted and things were not quite right. So like, I know it's a well-liked game. I think this is a game you need to learn the moves and the combos and things for a character. I don't think it rewards jumping in and playing it like it's an arcade game. And I played arcade version this time. I remember back in the day I played story mode. And when we talked about Dare Live, we talked about how fighting games don't have story. What I remember most is that, you know, story mode, you go and your character's talking to someone. I'd be like, okay, this will be like a few sentences and then we're going to kick off into the fight. No. This dialogue went on for like several minutes, and then you get in a fight finally, and then you go to another place and you're like, oh, we should travel here. Okay, we go here, and then we're going to talk for a long time longer. It is a story mode. Like, there's nothing vague. It is all character growth, development, etc. I don't remember if it was good because it's been a long, long time, but nonetheless, they mean it when they say story mode. But I didn't play that. Let's see. I also played Guilty Gear Exceed, which I believe is the most recent Guilty Gear game. I played as Soul Bad Guy in the tutorial, which they kind of made me go through. I probably could have skipped it, but I didn't. And then the rest of the time, I played as Giovanna, who has this like ghosty green wolf, and she's goddamn amazing. She's just constant pressure. So I just felt like I was just beating the hell out of everybody. And it's cool because if you look at it, it looks like it's 2D, but it's not. It's just really well cel shaded because it'll like zip the camera around them in certain attacks. So they are 3D. It's just not easy to tell. And sometimes you'll hit them to a point where they like hit this invisible glass screen and it cracks, and then you shatter them through it and they fly to like some other battleground area and you fall after them and you fight them there. But it's really neat. That one feels good right away. I didn't know what the hell I was doing, but that one feels cool right away. It's a cool series, but yeah. And that character, I just picked her randomly and really liked how she played. She was awesome. And then from there, I played a game called 2XKO. This was put out by Riot Games, and it features characters from League of Legends. The cool thing about this game is that it's free. It's free to play. You can't get it through Steam. Unfortunately, you have to go through the Riot Games, whatever thing, and download their launcher and get it. But totally free. It, of course, has a lot of in-game purchases you can do. So it starts with like 6 characters, and I may butcher some of these names because I never played League of Legends. I barely even know what a MOBA is, okay? But there's Ari, Braum, Darius, Caitlyn, Echo, Ilaoi? I know I butchered that one. And Yuzo, those are the ones that you have to start with. You do have 1 credit towards unlocking one of the other characters. I unlocked Jinx because I also played the League of Legends computer card game, whatever that was called. Siege of Runeterra, anyway. And I just enjoyed her animations. She's very Harley Quinn. It's really a pretty damn good game. Like, it's fun. And like the special attacks are easy to do. This one of the 3 is the easiest to jump into because if you want to do a special attack, that's your right trigger or left trigger. Maybe you have to push a direction along with those. Easy to do this stuff. But, you still have to learn how to play the game well to do well. Like, it's still a matter of be at the right distance and avoid the attacks, etc. But it's also a tag game, kind of like Marvel vs. Capcom. So you have a partner you can tag in. They can come in and do a quick like jump in attack to help you, or they can do things to break you out of combos too. It's really fun. It's a good game. It seems like you probably have to do a lot of grinding if you want to unlock the characters via in-game currency. I didn't look to see how much it costs to pay to get them unlocked, but the other characters that are not launch ones they have in there so far are Blitzcrank, Caitlyn, Jinx, Teemo, Vi, and Warwick. So those are all the characters. Again, I don't know how much they cost to unlock, but it's cool. They want you to play online. I have not done so. I've only played a single player thus far. But their special attacks are awesome in this game. Like, they're very cinematic, really cool. My favorite character to play with that I've tried, because I think I've tried just about all the ones I can so far, is Ari. She's like a 9-tailed fox gal. And she does this thing where she blows the person a kiss and then it zooms in on your opponent and they're all like blushing and like in love with you, and then something happens to you. I don't know. It's good. It's fun. It's a good game for free. I mean,
it's free.
Yeah, 2XKO. Like I said, you got to go through Riot Games thing and make a Riot account, but that's free too, so it's fine. But yeah, worth trying out if you like fighting games. And that's all I played. All kind of arcadey stuff except for the game that we are covering.
A lot of games I never even heard of. I mean, I've heard of Guilty Gear series, but I didn't even know they made a new one. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many there are at this point, but I'm pretty sure that's the most recent one. I'm not like way up to date on that, but I feel like it is. It was on sale during the big sale event, so probably it will be the next one. I don't think it is right now. I did play another game. Terraria.
Oh, Terraria.
I tried playing it on handheld. I don't know if that's what it's meant for, or if it was meant to be mouse and keyboard, but it was I've heard it was very popular. And it's a very, like, 2D Minecraft, I think. Mm-hmm. But it was very confusing for me.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what to do. I mean, I played it, and it seemed cool, but I also felt like I scratched the surface, and I don't know how to get deeper than I got. So,
and at night, there's a whole bunch of, like, bad things that are hard to avoid. And so I don't know if you have to, like, build stuff. And crafting just seemed hard on, like, a controller. And especially since you had to like use one of your joysticks to like aim where you were mining or where you were chopping or where you were attacking. I don't know. It just seemed clunky.
I couldn't get used to it either, but I'm sure we put time into it. It probably would be fine, but it's a little obscure at first what you have to do. What about news, Hill? You have a lot of news? Anything come from your cutting that were like,
Nope.
oh, there's video game news underneath this fabric. How strange. Nothing at all? Okay.
I think there's something that I saw about, I don't remember what it is now.
Oh,
So.
I bet it was big, though. So watch out for that, guys. All right. What about you, Steve? You got anything?
Not really. I downloaded, what is it? Blizzard.net or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And apparently it's very much like Steam. If you download Steam,
Right.
they have their own store and all this stuff. I don't know if I'm just not used to it, but it seemed very clunky to use.
Yeah.
That's how I got Diablo 2. But I was looking on it and, because Blizzard has a bunch of games, Hearthstone, StarCraft, all this stuff, Warcraft. I was looking maybe into World of Warcraft, but I don't know. Do you need like a monthly subscription for that? I couldn't figure out I don't know what's the most updated thing. And
they
have Warcraft Classic, and then they have World of Warcraft, and I know that there's like 1 million expansions out now.
Yeah.
And so, am I gonna have to pay like $1,000 to catch up, or what?
That would suck.
You know what I mean?
I don't know. Yeah, because usually expansions cost something.
Right.
I don't know. I haven't looked into that in so long. I mean, there used to be a monthly subscription fee for sure. It wouldn't shock me if they changed that so you can get to a certain point. I have no idea. I'm just discussing, but
I saw some sort of subscription, but I wasn't positive if it was something like you needed in addition to the game, or if it was like, oh, if you buy the subscription, then it's like
a either or.
It's like a Game Pass type thing. I didn't know what was what, because I feel like nowadays it seems very like I maybe the subscription is in replace of having to buy all the DLCs or whatnot. I don't know. That's what I got to figure out, because I don't want to spend hella money, and I don't need a subscription at this time.
Yeah.
And
we're checking out. Well,
but I played World of Warcraft I think close to when it first came out, but I never got too far into it because I was playing Final Fantasy 11 at the same time, and I figured that one out first. So
yeah, I played it for a bit too, but I scattered myself because I wanted to try everything. So none of my characters got high level. They were all a few levels in, because I was playing everything as much as I could at once. I don't remember if it had a limit, but however many would let me play, that's how many I was playing probably. So it was ridiculous.
But otherwise, I don't know. I haven't seen too much other video game news that I haven't already kind of talked about previous weeks.
Gotcha. Okay. I have a few items. Sony, which I've typed in as Somi for some reason, has patented an adaptive touch controller, and the mock-ups people are showing is basically like a PlayStation 2 controller, or PlayStation 5 controller with 0 buttons or pads or sticks, a smooth surface. No. Sony, don't do this. Do not make that. Here's the thing, if you've ever tried to play a action-oriented game on your phone and you use the on-screen controls, it sucks. It doesn't feel good. It's easy to have your thumb in the wrong spot that you don't think it is, because you can't feel them. So you think you're hitting a button and you miss it. And that is when you're actually looking at it. You're looking at the screen because you have to, because that's where your game is. If you have a controller like this, but you're looking at the TV or whatever in front of you, you really can't see where your fingers are. And the thing is I think, this might sound weird, but the pushing of buttons, right? That is a very tactile thing, and it feels good. Because there are buttons that feel bad. If you ever played with a crappy third-party controller, sometimes you don't want to play with it just because the buttons feel bad or the controllers feel bad.
Or soda got spilled on the
Or soda. I mean, that could happen to the good ones too.
Well, I just...
Believe me. Yeah. But, it adds to the experience, even though, it might seem weird. I think a touch-only controller is a extremely terrible idea. That better be an optional thing. If that is the only way you can play on a PlayStation 6, I'm not getting a PlayStation 6. No way.
What would sound interesting, and maybe they'll take this into consideration, keep the buttons, but get rid of the joysticks, because a lot of people have issue with like stick drift and stuff. But if those were touchscreen, like on the Steam Deck, you know, how they use their mouse controls and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Then I could see that would be cool, because then you're not like pushing on a bunch of joysticks. I would see how that would, you know, some tactile people would lose interest, because, you know, you kind of know which way you're going, but at the same time, I feel like that might be a little better than...
That would be better than buttons.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd like it, but the thing is, here's what I don't get too. The big companies, right? We have Nintendo, or Microsoft, and Sony, especially Nintendo, but all of them sometimes have trouble with the stick drift. I don't understand this problem, because I can get a retro handheld, not even an expensive one, a lot of them, and they have Hall sensor sticks, which eliminates the stick drift thing. Do that on your controllers. Use Hall sensor joysticks so that you don't have the drifting issue. Ta-da! Like, I'm not a fucking genius, but these small companies, way smaller than you guys, have figured this out and do it regularly.
Do you know why? How are they going to sell you another controller if your controller's...
That's true. That's true.
$70 fucking Switch controller.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the Switch 2 controllers are insane. So if you want to make this an option, that's cool. Maybe someone will like it. I can't imagine. But maybe someone will. If this is the only way you can play the PlayStation 6, I am definitely not getting a PlayStation 6. I don't. That feels terrible to me. No.
I'd have to see. I mean, who knows how long PlayStation 6 is going to be. But I'd have to see a lot more Sony exclusives.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I feel like video games are becoming a lot more cross console.
Yeah. I mean, Sony has some good properties, definitely more than Xbox does. Xbox is starting to put some of their games on PlayStation, so kind of wondering about their future in the video game market. But I would be interested in a PlayStation 6 probably, but it's worth noting though that game companies patent things that they don't ever do anything with, just because they want to have the patent in case someone else wants to do it. So this could be something that never materializes or is like a very niche thing. So I'm not too worried yet. I'm just telling Sony, do not make that the sole kind of controller. Don't do it. It's a mistake. So this is like the Virtual Boy of Sony if they do this. Don't do this. It's a mistake. Other news, I am going to speculate a little here, and I'm basing this on the new WWE 2K26 game coming out, but it seems likely to me that the 2K company is not going to be supporting the old systems anymore. The new WWE game you can only get on PlayStation 5, the Xbox Series, Switch 2, or PC. You can no longer get on PS4, Xbox One, or Switch 1 like you could with the previous years. So it wouldn't shock me if there are other games follow suit if they haven't already. I don't really follow the other sports games, so I don't know. But if you're waiting for that to upgrade, I guess now's the time. What sucks is if you're upgrading to a PS5 or an Xbox One, they cost more now than they did at launch, which is the opposite way from where it's supposed to go. But they do.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's annoying. Which, I mean, inflation and whatever. Everything else. Yeah, but that
you might be able to buy a used one.
Yeah, I'm sure there's used ones out there. I don't know what the cost, but
refurbished.
Yeah, I would maybe go that route. But yeah, you may not be able to play your favorite sports title if you have one of the previous gen systems, or your second favorite, whatever. You know, one you like, hopefully. Let's see. Silent Hill F from Konami is collaborating with the Fatal Frame 2 Crimson Butterfly team from Koei Tecmo, and is going to have some costumes or what, some like completely visual things that you'll put that into Silent Hill F from Fatal Frame 2. I don't know what. I don't know if it costs money. It probably does. But I don't know if it's going to go the other way too. I would assume they would do some kind of trade-off. But all I've heard so far is Fatal Frame costumes and such showing up in Silent Hill F. So if you want to go that route, that's coming. And it's a bummer that this is kind of 2 weeks ahead of when you'll hear it, because I don't know what the status of this is going to be when you hear this. Final Fantasy VII, the original, is getting delisted from Steam. It's about $5 as I record this. That being said, it's getting replaced with Final Fantasy VII, the original one, on Steam. Now, the reason why that's relevant, it's not like just going away for a week, is it will be a somehow different version. Something in the back end is different, which means that any mods you have for the current one will not work on the next one. So if you wanted to do, I think like last week, I think I mentioned there was a voiceover mod for Final Fantasy VII that's supposed to be really good. If you wanted that, that is probably not going to work on the next one.
I'm sure those people get something out eventually.
I'm sure they will, but yeah, not right away. You are able to, again, I don't know what the difference is. You can get a free upgrade to the new version if you have the old version. I don't know what the differences are, if there's a reason for an upgrade or if it's really like a side grade. I don't know. But nonetheless, that's happening. Original Final Fantasy VII going away from Steam, or might be gone by the time you hear this. I'm not sure when this is happening. But if you wanted that original one, if you want that voiceover mod, you might want to get it now to be on the safe side. That's it. Weird, but...
Final Fantasy VII, $4.79 right now.
Yep.
Until February 4th.
Okay.
So it'll probably be gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might be there, but not on sale, maybe. I don't know. Because I think right now all the Final Fantasy stuff is just on sale anyway.
Ooh,
but
Square Enix, just winter sale.
yeah, there you go. So go back in time, get all the Square Enix stuff you wanted to get. It's on sale right now. But especially that Final Fantasy VII, if that stuff is important to you. I don't know if the game saves transfer over. That'd be a bummer if they don't. But don't upgrade until if you're like partway through the game, maybe. I would just beat that, and then if you want it later, do that then. But
10.2, only $11.99.
That's not bad for, I don't know, I can't speak on 10.2, but 10,
1 through
one
6.
of the greatest JRPGs of all time.
1 through 6 for $50.
Yeah?
Those are the remaster ones, I think.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll be over by the time you this. So I hope you got everything you wanted.
I didn't know Final Fantasy VIII had a remaster.
Oh, interesting.
$7.99.
I'm hoping they just smooth out the graphics a little bit.
Maybe.
Those graphics look so good back in the day, and now if you look at them, like, oh my god, it's just a pile of blocks. I don't know what is happening.
I don't need any of this stuff.
Yeah.
I'm going to put that down.
I probably have most of it somewhere in some form or another. So, but I do kind of want to do that voiceover pack. So, we'll see. I don't know if it's really important.
I don't know if I need to pick up Final Fantasy VII again.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, need is I don't really need any of this. But yeah. All right. So no other news, guys?
Nope.
All other news? Okay.
I mean, we can politics and extend this for a whole nother
Oh,
hour.
that's fun. Everyone loves that. We'll make half of the people hate us or something. I don't know. Let's talk about Record of Lodoss War for the Sega Dreamcast. So this game was published by Crave and released in North America on March 14th, 2001. This is perilously close to the end of the Dreamcast run. What did you say it was?
It released the same month that they announced that the Dreamcast was going to be discontinued.
Man, sad times, very sad. But yeah, there it is. I did own this game back in the day.
Yeah, it actually, in the intro of this game, it tells you how long before the Dreamcast was irrelevant. In the opening cinematic, the guy starts out, "One day only." One day.
But on that one day, you had Soul Calibur and Sonic Adventure and Ready to Rumble and a Trick Style. It was a very successful launch. It was. Too bad no third-party developers wanted to develop for it because of the Saturn and the Sega CD and the 32X and the Game Gear. and. Yeah. Oh, I did finish that Sega book, the Rise and Fall of Sega, and Jesus Christ, the parade of mistakes just never ends. It's like so many things. You guys, I don't understand. Actually, I do know what happened. They got really arrogant, and then they started being like, we can do whatever, and that was...
And they couldn't.
They could not do whatever. No, they couldn't, but they thought they could. They were like, Nintendo used to be dicks, but now we're on top. Now we can be dicks. And boy, did they really went for it. They're like, we can pull old Nintendo shit. But by then everyone's like, we're tired of that old Nintendo shit. And Sega's like, we're Sega. And everyone's like, man, we don't care. So that's the story of Sega. Rise and Fall.
Condensed version.
Condensed, yeah. That's the Rise and Fall of Sega for Dummies. Okay. Anyway.
And about as long as Dreamcast was around.
Yeah. Oh,
shots fired.
You guys are hurting my feelings today. This is a show.
I wasn't the one that sold a for little old lady the Dreamcast a month before it.
She wasn't that old as her kid that she was getting it for. Okay, she was maybe like 40s, maybe. I don't know. It's
Probably
been a
sold her
while.
this game too.
I would have tried. It was a good game. Well, at least I thought so at the time. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how I feel about it now. But yeah, I did sell a woman a Dreamcast and tell her because she wanted a system for her son. And the next day I found out, because I was working at GameStop, that they were discontinuing it. And I felt bad. But there's nothing I could do. I didn't have her number. I couldn't call her and say, wait, return it. Return it. Get that PS2. I guess it's okay. Yeah, okay. Whew, lots of sidetracking. This is fun. Okay. So, Record of Lodoss War takes place in a world that's scarred by ancient wars, where long-buried magic and evil are beginning to surface once again. The game follows a lone adventurer who becomes entangled in a new threat as cult, monsters, and corrupted artifacts tied to Lodoss's past start to awaken. So, rather than retelling the anime epic, the story focuses on stopping history from repeating itself as you work to contain a growing darkness before it can drag the fragile land of Lodoss back into another devastating war.
It should be said that Lodoss is L-O-D, what is it? L-O-D-U-O-S-S, not
Yeah.
like Lotus
Not like the flower, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, man. I don't know why. I swore, I think I mentioned this on the show, I swore up and down that the characters from the anime were in this game. I remember somebody going, "Daylit," just like that weird quasi-British voice. I freaking swear I remember that from this game. And apparently I dreamt it, or it came from something else, and my brain put that in my head. The main heroes are, for the most part, not in this game, though they are referenced some.
It also doesn't take place on the island of Lodoss, which is where...
Oh, really? I didn't realize that.
It
Okay.
takes place on a different... They say it in the game, and I don't remember, but
Yeah.
it's like, starts with the M.
Oh, okay.
Marlowe? Well, there's like a cemetery of Marlowe or
Yeah,
something.
Yeah,
might be
that's
some-
probably what it is.
Might be that. So, yeah, so like it's in the realm of Lodoss, but
Yeah. So it has Carla, who I guess is one of the characters from the original one. She appears as a manipulative behind-the-scenes force tied to Lodoss's eternal struggle for balance. And then there's other figures like Wagnard and Ashram, which are referenced via the world's history, but I don't think they actually show up, or if they do, it'd be like just for like a brief second. The other heroes remain sort of like as legends. There's a thing where you have to go find heroes, and they're not always specifically talking about the anime cast, or at least that's not who you end up finding. You're finding other people to help you with the current situation. So this game was developed by Neverland. It was published by Crave, and it was an experiment in blending Japanese fantasy with Western-style action RPG design. It was, as Steve mentioned, heavily inspired by games like Diablo. And their idea was, instead of retelling the anime, the team focused on dungeon crawling, loot, and replayability, using the Dreamcast power to push lots of enemies and effects on the screen. So the game doesn't feel so much like an adaptation, and it's more like exploring the aftermath of Lodoss's history.
To touch on that,
Yeah.
unfortunately, it was heavily inspired by, I think, Diablo 1.
yes.
Because I'm sure it went into pre-production, production, all that stuff. And then I think like maybe a half a year, Diablo 2 came out.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
was released in the States at the exact same time that Diablo 2 was released in Japan.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
So, and if you play Diablo and you play Diablo 2, you know how much of a jump Diablo 2 was from Diablo 1.
Yeah, I've heard.
And I mean, Diablo 2 is still
That's like a
mentioned
favorite.
as like better than 3 and 4 to some people.
Mhm.
So,
I've only played 3 and 4, and I feel like those are nobody's favorites. I still enjoyed them, but like, you know,
yeah.
apparently I didn't get like the best experience, whatever. So the company put this out, just to give you an idea, they didn't always do these Western RPG feeling games. They did Lufia 2 Rise of the Sinistrals on the Super NES, which is a very well-loved JRPG. They did Rune Factory games,
Heard of those.
they're kind of like Harvest Moon. They're very Harvest Moon-esque, I believe. I haven't played them, but this is what I hear. They also did Shining Force Neo, which I have not played. I'm kind of interested because it's part of the Shining Force like Sega thing, but I don't know too much about it.
I was watching someone play it on TikTok the other day.
Oh, really?
Shining Force. I think it's like an RPG-ish type thing.
Yeah. So they do have some like more, I guess, typical JRPG kind of cred, but this was a departure and they wanted to try something different. So kind of interesting. As far as reviews, I've got a few here. So Famitsu from Japan gave it 30 out of 40.
Weird.
Yeah, they're the ones that grade things very harshly. So this is not actually a bad score coming from them. Marked it as a solid but not standout title on the Dreamcast. Next Gen gave it a 77%, they praised the graphics while calling the combat weak. GamePro gave it approximately a 70 out of 100. They said it was nicely done and fun to play, even if stronger presentation would have better showcased the Dreamcast hardware. GameSpot gave it a 67 out of 100, saying that if you like Diablo-style action RPGs, you'll enjoy it, but it isn't the anime experience some fans might have hoped for. And Planet Dreamcast gave it a 70 out of 100, calling it a good console Diablo-style experience. So we're getting right into that better than average, but not like great territory for most of these reviews. So, I mean, we'll see, how we feel about it, but I think a lot of these points that they made are things that we're likely to echo just from little conversations we've had about it. So,
yeah, I don't know. I felt like, and I didn't experience much with the Dreamcast. The Dreamcast came out about the same time as the PlayStation 2, or a little before.
Yeah.
But knowing that it came out at around the same time as Diablo 2, but I mean, PC were so much better than consoles back then.
yeah.
I think. I don't want to get in that whole debate.
Well, I feel like every console generation that comes out, they release like the specs for the consoles coming, and every magazine, I don't know if they still do this, every magazine was like, "Oh, this is gonna kill PC gaming," and it's okay, like for like a month, okay, maybe, but then PC is like, "Oh, here's a new graphics card."
Yeah.
Like,
So
it didn't kill PC gaming,
but like I felt like the graphics were not nearly as good as Diablo 2
yeah.
and stuff.
I thought they were fine. They do look better than I think the PlayStation 1 could have pulled off, for sure. It borrowed heavily from like what was popular at the time of everything kind of being brown and green and muddy looking to me.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, is, again, par for the course of that time. And I don't think it's even, like, I don't think the anime was this super bright, ultra colorful thing. So maybe it's okay.
I mean, I rewatched it the first,
oh, did you? Oh,
4 or 5 episodes just to kind of refresh my memory.
That's great.
And it was a lot brighter than
Oh, really? Okay.
what this game was. So, like, there was some dark elements, but, like,
It's
overall,
been so long
yeah.
since I saw the anime. I'm not really even sure, but like I feel like there was like there's some gloomy bits. So I was like, okay, well,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting because I wouldn't have known this was an IP if I was to just see it on the shelf or whatever.
Yeah, this is definitely a very old anime. It was one of the first, like, if it wasn't the first, it was one of the first fantasy adventure animes out there. It inspired a lot of other ones, like Slayers was inspired by it. It was also the first anime to invent the long ears for elves.
Oh, interesting.
Before that, they had pointed ears, but
Not with the really long ears.
Yeah, Dealit was the first one to have the really long pointed ears.
Yeah, she turns her head too fast, she's gonna knock someone's eye out.
So
it's pretty serious.
Yeah. But I mean, if I was just to play this game, I wouldn't get anime vibes from it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If you just put it in front of me and didn't let me see the title screen and I was just playing it, I would never be like, I bet this is an anime-based game. Like, there's no anime artwork that I've seen. I mean, you could argue that maybe kind of sort of the gal in the opening cinematic kind of sort of vaguely looked like 3D anime. I'm pushing, man.
It's like when they show like the heroes you're supposed to find, it is characters from the anime, and like I would recognize Dealit when they showed her. I wouldn't have recognized Parn at all. There's a couple characters where I'm like, I probably would have recognized them, but they weren't like using their names. They're like, find this high elf, and it was Dealit, but until they showed her, like, I don't think I would have recognized the other characters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's weird because it's other IP games have kind of done a similar thing. Like some of the Star Wars games, you're existing in the galaxy at the same time as like Luke and Han and Leia and all them, but you're not them. They're over there and you're over here doing this separate thing. The thing with that though is Star Wars has some very like specifically Star Wars things like lightsabers and the Force, and like you will know that you're playing a Star Wars game if you're at all familiar with the IP, even if you're not seeing Luke Skywalker in them. This, I mean, I say this not as an insult at all, but Record of Lodoss War is pretty like stock fantasy, right? I mean, and so this is a stock fantasy game, which is fine. I like that actually. But yeah, there's not a lot to easily point to like, oh, this is part of like a big thing. Like
the woman that's in the opening cinema is from the anime and mangas. I know she's in it, but she's not like a super prominent. Like she is prominent, but like she's not a character that's super recurring. So it's like unless you've gotten far into the anime, you wouldn't necessarily, unless you like really know the background and stuff, that you wouldn't necessarily be like, oh yeah, it's her from.
Yeah.
Would you, like, if you knew the anime, would you know like the items that they were talking about in the beginning? Because I felt like there was no talk.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't really mention. I mean, they mentioned the items and they mentioned stuff, but like no significance of it.
Yeah, you would have known what those items were.
Okay.
So it's like there was hints, but it's just one that's in, like, if I'm playing an IP game, I want to like be playing as the characters from that IP,
Right.
and that you don't get that with this game.
Yeah, but I mean, because I feel like if you either need to do that or you need to give some explanation of how it's tied into whatnot. If you're not going to, if you know, like I guess if I'm playing a Marvel game, I'm playing Wolverine and I'm playing Spider-Man and stuff like that, and I already know their backgrounds because they're such big things.
Yeah.
But like, if I was gonna play some random hero that maybe is part of the Marvel universe specifically for this game,
Right.
I'd want to know how they're tied into the Marvel universe and where they are in relation to the people that I do know.
Yeah.
And I
Are
think
you
that's
random Shield agent
yeah.
$3.99 or
Right. Stuff like that, because I felt like I was tossed into some weird. First of all, I only knew that it was an anime. I didn't realize that there was like high fantasy type animes. That's my fault.
How dare you, Steve? Jesus.
Well, all the animes that I knew were like, I don't know, what did I know? Trigun, Akira.
Oh, you're
like sci-fi,
cyberpunk almost.
Yeah. Like I knew Princess Monarchy, and I guess that's probably the most fantasy based one that I knew of. But like those are a lot more modern than what this one is, anyways.
Yeah.
And so like I don't know, I felt like just getting in that opening cinema, and it was weird because it was like I could tell that they were powerful people. They looked powerful, right? But then the guy's just like, hey, can I borrow some super magical items for, you know, some side project that I have? Like,
we don't need to know the details,
like,
but can I borrow them for a day?
Like some high king treasures or something. I don't know. But they didn't give any background of what these things were, why they were important, until you were like resurrecting or creating some guy.
Resurrecting, yeah.
Resurrecting, okay. And so I was like, that's weird. Like to go up to some sorceress person and be like, hey, can I borrow a couple super artifacts
like
for a
legendary
day?
Something of the soul and something that, like, they sound like they're probably pretty powerful.
Yeah.
And she's like, whatever, I got 12. Like, she doesn't say that, but you know, it's like practically like, you think
bring
a little
them back, check them out,
right.
Bring them back.
I totally trust you to bring back these super powerful items within a day. No
I
problem.
wouldn't. Like,
No. Like, what are you doing, old man?
Yeah.
Get here.
I'm not gonna like monitor what you're doing with them. I'm just gonna give them to you
Yeah.
away.
It's very bizarre. Maybe it makes sense for these characters. I don't know the characters.
right, that's what I needed background for.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know these characters. And I feel like maybe if I did know these characters, like, it seems like it might even be more confusing. I don't know, but yeah.
It is weird because I mean, look, I don't know how much space this game took up on the disc or whatever, but it seems like it wouldn't be that hard to have like a quick, like 2 or 3 minute voiceover opening where they show some stills from the anime and explain a little, like a brief thing. Here's the backstory of what's happened in the world.
Or like, here's the main anime. Now we're zooming out and into a different part. And this is what's going on in a different part of the world.
Yeah, and this game does take place after the anime series.
Yeah.
I don't know how far past the series it takes place, but it does take place after the anime series. But
was the series still going on when this game was, or was it like over?
Oh, it was over.
It's weird that it's.
I feel like
but this isn't the only Lodoss game.
No.
Or the game based on this anime.
Yeah, I have notes on
There's
the
a
games.
there's a kind of sort of recent like Metroidvania one, Stars D-Lit.
Yeah, so let me pull up. So there's D-Lit and Wonder Labyrinth, which is a Metroidvania kind of light version because there's not really backtracking.
Oh, okay.
So, but like they were very heavily influenced by Symphony of the Night. Like I saw some like side by sides of D-Lit running and the guy and him running, and it's like, oh yeah, like it was like the colors are different. And that's it.
They're at least picking good games to pattern their Lodoss games after. So I mean that's good.
And that was released for the Steam, and I think I saw it was for the Switch as well.
I think so.
There was a Lodoss Online MMO for a very short run.
Wow.
It was popular. It was produced by a Korean company, and it was popular in over there. They did a short run where they had English support, and it didn't last very long. Like by the time they were done ending the English support, there was only 9 active players or regular players.
Wow.
So it was very short. I think it was around for like a year.
That's amazing.
So it was very short run. The one that like when I was looking if I was looking for a Record of Lodoss War video game, is the one that I would be the most interested in. At the time was a Japanese only release game, so it didn't come to the States. There has been fan translated versions now, so it is available to play now. It was released for the Super Nintendo, and it was basically a strategy JRPG, so similar to your Final Fantasy Tactics. The screen actually looked a lot like some of the original Final Fantasies. One of the things that was a little... the video I watched mentioned the other game that this company released, but I wasn't familiar with it, so I forgot to write it down. But when you're playing it, kind of the goal is to push back your enemies as you're fighting them. So you can fight them and kill them, but if you push them off the board, that's also an automatic win. Oh. And actually, the translated version was done by Dynamic Designs.
Dynamic Designs?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
So.
Oh man, these characters look very original Suikoden.
Oh, you're looking at the characters from the anime.
But what's interesting is when I was looking up, because I was like, oh, clearly if they're making video games about this is probably a pretty popular thing. Mm-hmm. But it only ran. The original series only ran for 13 episodes from 90 to 91. So this is 10 years later they're making a video game. And then it said so the original Record of Lodoss War 13 episode anime series was released in Japan between June 30th, 1990 and November 20th of 1991, produced by Madhouse. It is highly regarded fantasy adaptation of novels based on tabletop RPG campaigns.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A later 27-episode TV series, Chronicle of the Heroic Knight, aired in 1998.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, I wonder why they labeled this game Record of Lodoss War and not Chronicles of Heroic Knight.
The few episodes I watched were actually from the Chronicles of the Heroic Knight, so the original run, or the original series might have been more gritty that fit in with this game.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I think that might be part of it, is that they were going off of the more original. One of the videos I watched, it kind of sounds like the people that made this game were going off of some of the stuff that was in the manga, so they kind of pulled stuff from more the just overall universe of Lodoss Wars and not specifically from the anime.
So this is all possibly kind of deep cut stuff, I guess. So one thing I wanted to mention, because you talked about, Hilary, how you'd have liked it better, or you'd prefer at least to be playing as the characters from the anime, which I think makes sense.
Yeah, and that Super Nintendo version, you were playing as the characters, and so there is one positive, I think, to them not going that route, and same thing in other IP games too, is that
you get to experience a very different story. Like they can feel, I mean, I don't think they even had to do this, but often they'll feel railroaded into telling the story that you've already heard if you play as those characters. But again, the problem is that there's not like, oh, this is a very Lodoss War thing. You know what I mean? It's not like Star Wars, like I was saying, where there's, you know, you're in that universe and that's fine.
Yeah.
So,
well,
but
it's like, I think the problem that I had with this game, as far as like it being a Record of Lodoss War game, is that like it didn't really have the characters that I'm familiar with, and that series is very much a team of heroes traveling together and to fight off these bad guys. Where this one, you're a single guy and ride around.
Yeah,
they should have copied Gauntlet Legends. Is what you're saying.
Yeah, but that's like, yeah, and that was actually one of the comments that I saw, because like unlike Diablo that had the opportunity to go online and play with other players, this didn't have that.
Yeah, which is weird because the Dreamcast could have done that, but
not anymore.
Not anymore. Well, no, you could. I think you could still. You just can't use Google. I think. I've not tried. You need to have a dial-up. Well, no, they had a broadband, I think, but I only had the dial-up connection, so I don't have a landline, so I can't use my Dreamcast for internet anymore, and I don't know what's happening in the world because of that. So, Steve, you played Diablo 1 and 2, right?
Yeah, Diablo 1, I think you could go online, but it was mainly a single-player game.
Yeah.
But what were you going to ask?
Okay, so, I mean, you've already kind of implied that Diablo 2 is the more advanced than either Lodoss War or Diablo. Where would this sit in the ranking if you had to rank these games? Would this be at the bottom or middle, or probably not top, I'm guessing? But
I don't know. It's hard to say because my first interaction with these, what do they consider, isometric action RPG loot, what are they called? Like loot chess game type things, was on the computer. And it wasn't until like later PlayStation, I think, that Diablo 1 came out for the original PlayStation. So I don't know. I like my hotkeys. I like things like that, you know, for like spells and pulling up inventories and all that stuff. So that in itself already makes me like the Diablo games more, because that's what I started with.
Right.
And I know how to play those games on a computer. Just like, it's not the same, but like Baldur's Gate 3, I can't play it on console.
Yeah,
for the life of me. Yeah. It's just, there's a few different clunky things that I would rather have hotkeys for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fair.
So this game, seeing that it was tied, it was based clearly off of Diablo 1, because you have your single character who can multi-class into however you want to build them. And that's kind of how Diablo 1 was. You had your classes where you could get like a sorcerer, a knight, or a ranger. I think those are the three regular Diablo classes. But that just gave you your starting equipment and your starting stat boosts. So like your knight guy had a little higher strength.
Yeah. And
probably a little higher vitality. Whereas your ranger had a little higher dex, and your sorcerer had a little higher magic.
Yeah.
You know, but in reality, you could get spells for any of them and the same spells for any of them.
Yeah.
So you could essentially build your character however you wanted to.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how this one seemed as well.
Yeah, that's accurate.
So I don't know. I thought it was interesting, but I probably would have liked it more had I not known about the Diablo series and things like that. And again, on the console, I feel like those type of games are, especially for being based off of a computer game, it's a little clunkier.
Yeah. So when I played this at like the first, back in the day, right? I hadn't played Diablo. I was
Did you play this game back in the day?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was like, I don't want some clicky RPG. I didn't like that. But I got this anyway. But I didn't have it to compare. So I couldn't compare it to Diablo. Is really what I'm saying. And I thought it controlled pretty well. Like they have some interesting systems. I mean, the basic, you move with the stick, you swing your weapon with one of the buttons, and you have a button to use an item from your inventory, which is along the side of the screen, like your ready inventory, and you use the control pad up or down to pick which thing you're going to use. There's also an active spell. I think you can only have one active spell, so there's a spell casting button.
Yeah, and like changing out the spells was kind of clunky, and it took time, and so that your enemies could hit you while you're changing out your spells.
Yeah.
I will say though that you could rotate the screen.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, that's kind of
that was.
Because Diablo, the first one at least,
neither of the Diablos.
The weapons have kind of a neat, or not just weapons and armor. They have these empty slots, and you find these things. I think they're called ancients, but really they're like inscriptions, and they'll be a certain number of characters long. So, like, you might have a sword that has 8 slots, and you might find an ancient that's 3 letters long. So that'll take up 3 of those spots, but it might give you a bonus of some sort. It might increase your hit points or dexterity or whatever. And you can add those as long as you have empty slots to do it. And you can change those later too, so you're not stuck with them forever, which is kind of cool. It gives you a chance to customize things a little bit. The main thing, the main problem I had, and one of these reviews mentioned that the combat wasn't great, is that all you can really do is, unless you have like a combat spell, all you can do is run up and hit people with your sword. And when I say that's all you can do, like, you cannot block, you can't dodge. And as soon as you start swinging your sword, you're standing still. And what would happen to me a lot is I would run up to an enemy and start swinging, but I would be just out of reach of hitting him, but he would be just within reach of hitting me. And I'd see these numbers popping up, and I'd be like, am I hitting him? And no, he is hitting me, and I'm not quite able to reach him. And so I have to actually let go, stop attacking, take a step forward to attack. I wish, even if it slowed you down, you could attack while moving, because you can in real. I can move and swing a sword at the same time. I don't know why you can't do that.
We're not sword experts.
No,
just to clarify.
No, and there wasn't.
That's why you're not supposed to move it and swing.
There's a button you can press so you can turn yourself while you're swinging your sword. So like if you got surrounded or whatever, you need to just that way you can, but you cannot step forward without stopping attacking and then stepping forward. That's kind of annoying, and it's just very basic. The combat's very basic. It's fine.
Like in Diablo 2, you have a button that you can push. If you obviously, if you want to target, that's weird. I don't even think I noticed that. But if you want to target someone, obviously you're using your mouse and you're clicking.
Right.
But even I played Diablo 3 on the Switch. Mm. Or did I play Diablo 2 on the Switch? I don't know. I played Diablo something on the Switch. And again, you could move and swing. But there was a button that you could hold, so shift for Diablo 2, if you needed to stand in one spot and swing. And then, it's interesting.
Yeah.
Did the Dreamcast controller have triggers?
Yes. It didn't have 2 on each side, though, I believe. Yeah. It just had 1 on each side.
I mean, I didn't play too much. I felt like this game didn't utilize that.
Oh, it did, in the stupidest way possible. There is a little mini map down the corner so you can kind of see where you're at. But if you wanted to see a larger scale map that you could zoom in and out, you have 2 choices. One, it doesn't tell you about it. You can find it. And this is one where you press start and you can go and select map from your character screen. But if you don't want to do that, you hold down both triggers and then hit start for some... I'm not even kidding. And then they tell you about this. I'm like, Jesus, I hope I remember this. I've had all these 3 buttons to pull up the map. And yes, that's what you do. You get 3 buttons. I would just hold down the left and right, and then I hit start because the left and right weren't doing anything else. And it was fine, but I'm like, that is if I stepped away from this game for a long time and came back to it, there is no way I'd remember I had to do that to look at a map. I'd be like, where's the map? I know I've seen it. What a weird system. It's okay. Because
again, you have to get creative if you're utilizing a controller as opposed to hotkeys on a giant keyboard.
Yeah, that's true. And the Dreamcast, I think, only had a start button. I don't think it had a select button, so that wasn't an option. I just think it's strange. It's fine.
Yeah.
Whatever, but weird.
I'm like, why didn't they use the trigger buttons to change your spells? That seems like that would have been a pretty easy.
Yeah. You have the first spell you get is a recall spell, so you can cast it wherever you are. It'll take you back to your home base once you've acquired a home base, which is pretty early on. Yeah. And then you can go back. The portal stays and you can go back to where you were before. So that's kind of nice. If you're getting overwhelmed, you can go and do that. One thing that I kind of like is that your potion bottles, they empty, but you still have them. And then there's certain like wells or fountains where you can go and just refill them. So you don't like use them up and then now you don't have any and you have to buy some. You just have to go find a place where you can refill the bottles.
It's like Elden Ring in that way.
Yeah.
There's not shops in this game, so.
Yeah, there's no real shops. There's a blacksmith who will do things for you, but it's not really like you can't buy potions from him.
No.
So
I was trying to find out when I was looking up stuff. I didn't look that hard, but when I was looking up stuff on like YouTube of gameplay and stuff like that, of stuff that I might have missed or whatnot, and I was trying to figure out if it was like if there was RNG to like any of it, like drops or anything like that, and I don't know, because like I know if I recall from Diablo 1, you could do a playthrough, and if you killed a certain person, it would be the same. They would drop the same thing every time. Blah, blah, blah. Whereas in Diablo 2, you did get randomization.
gotcha.
Yeah.
I know there is some level of randomization in what you get. I don't know to what degree. Like I know like I went into some random like the Goblin King's cave or something, and I killed the Goblin King, and then like a treasure chest appeared, and then one of those ancient tablets thing appeared that I could go get to. But I assumed at least the tablet is probably always there, I'm guessing. Although maybe it does different things for you. I don't know. I'm guessing certain people might only give you certain things, but that the regular monsters are random, I'm guessing. But for the most part, like you just get the mithril or whatever it is. That's like a currency / material kind of thing. Every once in a while I'd see a weapon, but not real often. It seemed like a pretty rare thing.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, because I was just curious, because I know if this game was set up to be like a single player game, that would affect like, because like obviously you don't want generic drops in a multiplayer game like Diablo 2, but in a single player game you could get away with it. But I was just wondering how it would like affect like replayability and stuff.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think most of the replayability probably comes more from how you build your character up over time as you get new things, rather than like I just don't think you're gonna get like some super amazing sword thing from somebody. I mean, maybe, I don't know, but it didn't seem like it. I think the randomization is like, are you gonna get mithril or aren't you? Like, that's about it.
Are you gonna utilize this spell as your main spell, or are you gonna try to be more of a healer or more of a
I don't know. Do you guys have any other big points on this?
Because it's interesting when we were talking about like when you talked about how you would swing, if you hit the swing button you'd like stop in place. What I forgot to mention was like in Diablo 2 or in regular Diablo, it was important that you had a button to stop, because if you were a melee person and you clicked on the bad guy, you would walk up to them and swing.
Yeah.
Right? You'd go into your range to swing. But if you misclicked when you were a range person, then you might move up, and you don't want to move up. So in that niceness, you could have a button where you could stop and just be shooting arrows or throwing javelins or casting spells or whatnot, and not worry about moving. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird. A similar thing. Luckily, there was a button where you could turn, but I think I was facing the guy, but I was actually hitting right next to him. And he's in there stabbing me in the side, apparently. But I'm like, your invisible friend is gonna die. And I don't know. It was a little weird. It didn't make me mad. I was like, well, that's a little bit silly. Like, why do they make it this way? But yeah, it is what it is.
What do you guys think of the sound? I thought that got
so
kind of annoying.
Loud. The footsteps were so loud.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Well, did you get?
Clank,
Did you
clank,
get the
clank.
the metal boots that like specifically tell you like you cannot walk quietly in these, and it's always like every step. At first I got it, I was like, what's making that noise? Is someone pounding on something? Like, no, it's my stupid boots, and it's gonna do this every time I take a step anywhere. So even though it was better armor than whatever I had before, I'm like, nope, I'm taking these off. I can't listen to every time I step.
Like I guess there was like, I think it was the Swift boots make it a little bit quieter.
Yeah.
But
Did that matter for gameplay?
I don't know.
Can you sneak by enemies?
You can't
Because I feel
choose
like
to.
in this type of game, you're just running and hack and slash, right?
Yeah.
So like, what's the point of trying to be sneaky?
It might be that they noticed you sooner. I'm not sure, because I took the sucker's office like after like 10 steps. I'm like, I cannot do this. This is not going to be okay for me. It was awful, but better armor. That's nice. What was funny, what was weird to me is like you early in the game. This is not a big spoiler. You defeat like a goblin chieftain who has like a fort, and if you do that, you defeat the chieftain, then the goblins have to follow you. Have to be you're their leader now, and so you get this fort, and that's your home base, and there are goblins around it. Every time you get near, they're like this big like obnoxious laugh. Like they do it all the time, and it's the same laugh every time. So it's not like you get a variety of obnoxious laughs. It's the exact same goddamn laugh. And they're everywhere. Like, you're going to run into them. And then they talk fairly normally, which is weird. Like, you think they'd be all, like, goofy and
like,
goblin.
Hello, adventure.
Yeah. Like, oh, do you need help with something? Perhaps you should go to, like, why are you laughing like a lunatic when I just walk up? What's doing? Is my zipper down? Like, what? I
did see a thing where, like, there's, like, because sometimes since you're their leader, like, sometimes you can tell them what to do. And there's like one point where you can tell them to just die, and they'll like all just kill over.
Oh, I didn't do that. That's hilarious. Oh man, that's cool. I don't know. There was a weird thing because you can rotate the thing, but they want you to be able to see things without you doing that. So if you're on like the other side of a wall, it'll make that wall invisible, which is fine and smart. But sometimes there would be like barrels or something you can break and sometimes find something in. And I think they were in the room with me, but they're actually on the other side of the wall. So I'd be sitting there swinging at them and I'm not actually hitting them because there's a wall there that I cannot at all see. So it's silly. It's not a problem. It's just like that. That's kind of goofy and weird, but all right, sure. It's fine. I don't know. It's got quirks. I'm just going to say that. So how do you guys think this one holds up here?
It's hard for me to say because this is not a game that is like a game that I would normally pick to play. I've never played the Diablo games. This is just not my type of game, so I don't have a lot to compare to. So for me, this is not a game like I want to go back and revisit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's weird because like I don't know. I do like the Diablo games, but because I have sunk days and years and lifetimes into Diablo 2 and Diablo 2 Lord of Destruction, and then coming up I'm playing Diablo 2 Resurrected, which you'll probably hear about a lot. But I've had multiple level 90 characters in Diablo 2. I've had level 94 hardcore druid in ladder mode. Like, I've played these type of games like seriously. Mm-hmm. And playing this game, looking at, further than I've gotten, that I personally got through gameplays and listening to reviews and stuff, it very much seemed like a Diablo 1 console game reskinned in the time of that you had Diablo 2. So like it was a little late, I guess, for what it was, especially having been doomed by the end of Dreamcast itself, because I don't think it came out for any other systems. Yeah. And so it's weird because like I didn't have a Dreamcast, so I wouldn't have picked it up initially anyways. If you had like a parent that did not want you to play Diablo because of the name of the game, and it's the double, then maybe you could have gotten away with this game. But it also seems weird because like I would say, oh well, maybe if you were a Record of Lodoss fan, then yeah, you would want this game. But the fact that for what little we do know of Record of Lodoss War, it didn't seem to tie in all super close to the anime series. So like at that point, like I don't know why you would get this game over Diablo 2 unless you had a Dreamcast, you didn't have a PC. Like that would be the only time. But nowadays I don't think it would hold up because why would you choose this over that? Yeah, I think they messed up. I think they should have no, this is what I'm gonna say. I think they should have made it more to the anime to get those fans. Yeah, because I think copying Diablo is cool. Obviously you didn't know that Diablo 2 is going to come out in blow the pants off everybody. So you need to get your name recognition behind it, I guess. Yeah. And I don't know. I would not play this game.
Gotcha.
Again.
Yeah, I was just trying to kind of look at the cover art, because back in the day, I didn't have a lot of ways to look up reviews of games or anything like that for myself. So for me, getting a video game was kind of like going into a bookstore and just kind of picking up a copy and taking a look at the covers and back and deciding then if I was going to get it. And so it's based off the cover, you're you're not going to be playing as one of the characters from the anime, but some of the characters are in the background, so you think that they're going to at least be prevalent in the game. And so if I would have gotten this game, I would have been very disappointed. I'd be okay, this is not a style game that I really like, and where's Lodoss Wars here? I would have been very disappointed if I would have gotten this game.
Yeah, I don't know. It just seemed very weird looking up the IP of the game. Because it was an IP game. If it was a standalone game, I would probably even rate it worse. I don't know. But because it's an IP game, I feel it's on a weird thing to me. It's 10 years after what I could find on Record of Lodoss War. Those books that the series was on was probably even earlier than the 90s. And then 3 years before the reboot. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it seemed like you're trying to, I don't know, name grab on something that's not even popular to begin with. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it is popular. Sorry, but I've never heard of it.
Yeah, it was a very popular anime. It's just, but it wasn't one of those Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball Z. It wasn't one of those ones that came over for Toonami or anything like that. So it's there wasn't a lot of ways other than getting your VHS tape from a video store for you to be able to watch it here in the States. Mm-hmm. And so if you were deep into anime, you knew about it, but your casual anime fan probably didn't know too much about it other than recognizing the name and probably deal it,
Well, when I got into anime, it was the mid to late 90s, somewhere in there. I'm not sure exactly. And even at that point, because I had a friend who was very into it, so he educated me. But even at that point, it's okay, this is a legendary, classic anime. I knew that then. But Steve was saying, there wasn't really an update, or it wasn't the immediate new thing for quite a while. I mean, I don't... I guess I'm trying to think of what would have been big at the time. Evangelion was big. Trigun shortly thereafter. I mean, So yeah, it's classic. But if you watch the anime, if I remember right, the original, it looks old. And that's not to say it's bad, but the newer animes have quite a sheen on them compared to that. So I
feel for the timing, doing something more Magic Knight's Ray Earth or something like that would have been.
Yeah. You can get that on the Saturn. You can, actually. Good game. But we're not doing that right now. Yeah. So,
Well, yeah, when I was looking up the pictures of the old anime, I was like, oh, man, this looks a lot like the art in the first Suikoden game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The elves look like the elves from Suikoden. You know, the characters look like the characters from Suikoden. And that was a game that was in 94, so about the same time that would have been this would have been a relevant anime.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It's weird. I like the game. Most things I said that are negative feel more like nitpicks to me than outright condemnations of it being terrible. At the same time, it's just only sort of engaging. I could probably sit down and play this for a while a decent amount of time, but other than remembering I had it at some point, I didn't remember tons about the game. Obviously, I thought characters were in it that weren't, or things happen. But it's fine. And if I was starting a Dreamcast collection again, yeah, I would absolutely want this in my collection. If I was I'm only going to play Dreamcast games today, I probably would play this game. But if you're not dead set on getting a lot of the Dreamcast games, you can, and you still want to keep it retro, you can play Diablo 2. Or shortly, a little later than that, maybe. I don't remember when it came out. There's like Titan Quest, which is a good Diablo 2 clone. You played the second one. Torch, was it?
Torchlight 2.
Torchlight 2, yeah. And so Torchlight 1 obviously was earlier.
Path of Exile.
Yeah. So, I mean, you have tons and tons of options. And it's not that this is the worst. It's certainly not. It's just that unless you're specifically trying to go for Dreamcast, you can find similar gameplay that's probably going to be more engaging and addictive.
Yeah. And if you're looking for a Records of Lodoss War game, there's two others that are more are more true for the fans. The Deal It in Wonder Labyrinth is kind of like a design for the fan. You're obviously playing as Deal It, and it has other characters from the game. Even that one is like, it's a little bit more like, oh, it's this person from the game. So like there's a lot of like hidden characters, but they don't give background. So like if you aren't familiar with the anime or the Record of Lodoss War, you're not gonna know the backgrounds of any of these characters. And some of them don't play or react like you would expect them to. But yeah, it's kind of like, oh hey, it's that character. Oh, it's that character. The one for the Super Nintendo follows more in line with the anime series. But so it's one of those things where it's like, you know, if you wanted a game that's based off of this IP, there's better options out there.
Yeah.
Actually, Record of Lodoss War, Deedlit in Wonder Labyrinth, said it was released March 27th, 2021. Has very positive reviews on Steam. 93% of about 3,000 reviews. It's $20 at the moment, but I'm sure there'll be sales that you can probably get at 50 or more % off. It looks like a fun Metrovania
it looks great.
Game.
Yeah, I definitely want to try that. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's fine. It's fine. That's where I kind of land. It's like, yeah, I'd play it. Sure.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say like you have to, but if I was getting Dreamcast stuff now, I would 100% want to put this game in my library.
Yeah. What did you think of the story itself of this game? Because like, I comparing it to Diablo and Diablo 2, but nobody plays those games for the story.
Right.
They play for the loot and stuff like that.
It's not a real heavy story heavy game.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, oh, here's what's happening. You're a hero. You don't know who you are. You're going to be stopping a thing. Go find help.
Yeah.
And you go find help.
Okay.
I mean, that's
about how I felt too.
It's kind of window dressing. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not what I don't think it's what they're trying to accomplish here. It's telling.
Like it felt like they were just trying to cash in on an anime that was very popular at one point. And
base it on a game that's very popular at the time.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a bad idea. And it wasn't poorly executed. It just could be better.
Yeah.
That's all.
How long to beat? I think the regular was like 25 hours main story. Completionist 44 hours. So quite a big game.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know how long Dreamcast games were, but
yeah, it depends. But yeah, it's a good size game, good size action RPG for sure. If you would like to add this to your Dreamcast library, if you want just the disc, it is $40. If you'd like it complete, it is $72. If you want it brand spanking new, it's $105. If I'm really collecting, I might like. I feel bad because I don't hate it. I think it's fine. I might hesitate to spend $72 on it. I wouldn't completely say no, but I'd be like, I'm gonna look around a little bit and see if I can find it just a bit better first because it's. I don't know.
If you want a game that's like this, I don't know. I would play Diablo 1. It's not on sale. It's $9.99 on Battle.net or on the Blizzard, whatever it's called. I think it's Battle.net. And then Diablo 2 Resurrected is the same price. It's $39.99.
Yeah.
Not on sale, but you could probably find it on sale.
Mm-hmm. You got options. And this probably isn't going to be the one that makes you happiest of those options, even if you think it's okay. Like, I enjoyed it back in the day. I probably would have enjoyed Diablo more. I just didn't play it. So,
Missed out.
Yeah, I know. I was waiting for 3. Everyone loves 3. Yeah. So
I played that when it launched.
Yeah.
Or I didn't because of all the lag.
I enjoyed it. I played it on the Switch. I thought it was fine. I liked it. Anyway, it's not fair to compare this to Diablo 3 for various reasons.
4.
Or 4. But yeah, 2 and 1 I think are totally fair game on this one. All right, so yeah, there we are. I know it's kind of like, kind of like shoulder shruggy, whatever.
And it was a David pick.
Yeah.
As a David pick, as the IP pick.
Yeah.
I mean, those are 2 winning conversations, but sometimes it doesn't pan out. So I see what you're saying. All right. So our next episode, we're not actually covering a game. We are going to get to the point where we pick it and all that stuff, but we're not covering the game next episode. Hilary, do you want to explain? You'll know this better than I do.
Yeah, absolutely. So we were kind of discussing it, and we decided to do a special episode where we're going to be covering the show that I'm selling at next weekend, which is the Washington Gaming Expo. It's in combination with Anime Washington. It's run by the same showrunners, and so they decided to combine the 2 shows this year. But with the gaming, there's going to be voice actors, there's going to be some indie game companies demoing games, there'll be vendors that are selling retro games, there's going to be arcades set up to play, and so we thought it would be kind of fun to just do a special episode covering that and going around recording some of the stuff to do and interviewing some of the people that are there. And so that's kind of going to be what we're doing.
Yeah.
It's going to be a Warhammer 40k tournament there.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. So we've mentioned that game before. It's not really quite related, but we have mentioned it.
I wonder if we can find any Record of Lodoss War, if that's an anime as well.
Somewhere in that show, there's
we'll have like a treasure hunt.
Yeah. So even if this is a show that you cannot get to because you're in New York and that's an awfully far trip, there's probably something similar. And so if you haven't been to that kind of a show before, this might give you an idea, at least a general concept of what you can expect. And we will be playing some of these classic games. I'm excited to see what kind of arcade selection they have and try it out. I played arcade games at one of your recent shows, and they're all modded and super wonky. They're weird. They're really weird. But I played Donkey Kong, and it was not what I was expecting. At all.
I played Donkey Kong Country.
There we go.
Nintendo. I played that this week.
Excellent.
Sorry.
Yeah.
That's all right.
The minecart was rough.
Yeah.
The minecart. I hate it. Dude, when I played that, I played it on handheld, and I was like, I made that jump, save state. Cool, let's get back. I made that up, save state. I'm like, I cannot. No to that minecart.
When I was doing my artwork because I did a Donkey Kong Country print, did my fan art, and I wanted to do a print that was just the mine carts, but I'm like, that's too niched. I know it will get
I don't know if that implies to people that you are a sadist or a masochist. I feel like you need to go to an S&M expo and sell that and report back to us who's picking it up. It's got to be one side or the other, or both. I don't know. That's meaner than anything any of those folks ever thought up. So anyway, yeah.
Should be fun.
Yeah, absolutely. So for the episode after that, we had to pick games for Neo Geo systems. So that could be the Neo Geo CD, Neo Geo Pocket, or Neo Geo Pocket Color that were sci-fi themed. I thought this was going to be super easy. I thought there was going to be quite a few choices. There are fewer than I thought. So we do have some overlap. There's probably some that we did not pick, but regardless, there's a little bit, but that's okay. Those will have a better chance of getting picked, and we'll see how that goes. But Hilary, do you want to talk about your picks first?
Yeah. So, this is not a system I'm familiar with or anything like that. So, have we talked about our process and how we pick our games?
I have no idea. I don't remember. I know we have talked about talking about it. You and I have.
Yeah.
I don't know if we actually have done so.
Yeah.
I've thought about talking about it.
Well, let's talk about it. So
awkward. It's so awkward.
So typically when we're picking games, the way I go about picking my 3 games to bring is I look through our emulator to see what games are on the system, and I typically try and pick one game that I'm kind of familiar with, one game that I may have heard of but I didn't play, so I'm interested in it, and then kind of a random one that can be kind of my iffy pick, or and There is a star system on there, but we're not sure how the star system is.
I think it's fan based.
Yeah. And I don't know how many people are voting on them.
Yeah,
I feel like if they're downloading it, they probably wanted it in the first place.
Yeah, so it's like, sometimes I'll like be like, okay, like my iffy picks the one with 2 stars or whatnot, but I try to kind of pick stuff that I'm at least a little bit familiar with, or like I'll just be kind of scrolling through the pictures and be like, okay, like this one fits the theme, or and I'll kind of like try to look through the whole list and see which ones fit the theme, and if it's a game that looks kind of interesting to me, and then I'll narrow it down to the 3 games. When I did it this time, my list was at 3 games. So I'm like, okay, well, I guess these are the games I'm going with. So I went with Blazing Star, Cyberlip, and Galaxy Fight Universal Warriors.
I just want to say, Cyberlip sounds like the weirdest title for a game.
Yeah.
You have like a robotic lip? I don't think that's what it's about. I don't know why it's called. Maybe it makes sense in the game. I don't know why it's called that. What a weird game name. I don't know if the game's weird.
Mm-hmm.
I know very little about it.
If I remember correctly, that one is... No, I don't remember. So never mind.
I remember correctly, but I don't at all, so don't worry about it.
Well, I was thinking that one was a fighting game, but I'm not sure if that's right.
I think it would be a running gun, but I'm not.
Yeah.
I am not sure. I'm not sure.
Yeah. So when I pick out games, especially for consoles that I've played before or know of, because there are definitely consoles and genres that just miss me completely. But I kind of do the same thing. I look up either on where I'm going to download the games, or I just Google like the genre and system, and then it kind of gives me a list of whatnot. You can't always trust them. Sometimes people make like fan art of like freaking cover of a game that didn't even come out for that game, but the system or whatnot. But yeah, so I usually, again, I try to pick a game that I'm familiar with in that genre that I've played before or know a lot about. One that I want to try, and then one that I've usually never heard of. In this, when picking out a Neo Geo sci-fi game, I am not a sci-fi person. I am a high fantasy person.
Yeah.
And Neo Geo I've never owned, and I can't say never played because we've played the Neo Geo on this before, but other than that, so I literally looked at a list, anything that remotely sounded like, because I tried to Google and that didn't help at all, and anything that remotely sounded sci-fi, I looked at the cover art and a little description, and if it sounded sci-fi, I put on my list, and it was like kind of the first 3 that I got to.
Yeah, on ours, they'll like show the cover art and then they'll show a little clip of the video game, so like I can kind of like look at it like, okay, that looks sci-fi, or... Yeah,
because like honestly, because when I Googled, it said Metal Slug was sci-fi, but I don't feel like I feel like that could be more of a different genre.
Yeah, it's modern warfare.
It's warfare or running gun.
It's like
Contra's, you could maybe sci-fi. Get off sci-fi. I don't know.
Yeah,
but I tried to stretch that Metal Slug to be in my own brain. I didn't talk to them about it, but like I just couldn't, because I knew that game is like a good title.
They're good,
yeah.
Whereas these games I've never heard of before. And so, I mean, to give you a hint, I literally went in alphabetical order, and I got all the way to R before I got my 3rd one.
Cool.
Yeah. So one crossover was Galaxy Fight Universal Warriors. It is a 2D fighting game, like hopefully like Street Fighter or something. But it is a fighting game where apparently you're fighting to save the universe, different planetary. I don't know. It's a game. Then there's Polestar, which is apparently the prequel to Blazing Star.
Okay.
Is what it said, which I thought was interesting because we heard Blazing Star on hers, and we'll hear it again. And then Robo Army. It looks sci-fi. I don't know.
Yeah. Actually, it's on my list here, and I tried a little bit, so I knew what I was
Okay.
what it was.
Okay.
So I can tell a little bit about
Please.
it. Not a ton.
I think this one there's like a robot dog in the picture,
Ooh,
and
I do like a
I
robot
think you
dog.
can turn into like cars or something. I don't if that's the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah. I don't remember the dog, but the car thing is accurate, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know if I always have like one specific thing that I do when I pick. I'm
Well,
at least
I don't know what you do either.
I pick the best games because I know people with taste will like them. And then no,
He goes off his old bad memories. So.
my memory was freaking amazing of games, except for the detail part. So it depends. Like a lot of them, I do know the libraries pretty well because I was like really wrapped up in this stuff, especially when I worked at GameStop. So like, there's some libraries I know super well what's in there. When I have that knowledge, I will try to pick a game that I think the general populace is behind, whether or not it's my thing or not, depending on the genre. I'll try to pick one that may be a little off the beaten path, but is still supposed to be good, maybe has a cult following. And then whether it's iffy or bad, I try to find one that'll at least be interesting to talk about, even if it is not enjoyable to play. Like, I try to do that. Granted, a lot of times I have not played those games, so it's kind of like, I hope that's how this is going to turn out. I don't know. That is generally what I do. It will not always be the case, just kind of depending. If there's like a couple games on there that I really like and they're both kind of off the beaten path, like I'm still going to pick them. Like that's what's going to happen. But so I don't have like a specific rule, but in general, that's where I try to gravitate towards when I'm picking games. All right. So for my picks for this, I picked Biomotor Unitron. This is the only one on the Neo Geo Pocket Color. I have this game. It is kind of like it's an RPG. It's sort of like Pokemon, but with robot parts. It's really weird, but good. It was fun.
Did you vote for this one before?
Yeah, I've had it on here before. I don't remember what it is. I think it's for any handheld or something like that. I don't remember. Blazing Star, which is considered one of the best shoot 'em ups on the system. I played it. I think I played it straight through. I will say, if we get that one, I know a certain topic of conversation that's going to come up with this because I'm not going to talk about it right now. My last one.
Okay.
You'll see. When we talk about sound specifically.
Sounds like a David pick.
Yeah, when we talk about sound.
That was going to be the one thing.
It is not my choice. It is one of the most loved shoot 'em ups on the system. I didn't have the system. I'm just reporting. Last pick, Robo Army, which also in Steve's list. It is a side-scrolling beat 'em up like Final Fight, Streets of Rage, etc. But you play big robot dudes, and you can pick up like cars and throw them at enemies, so you're pretty strong. But you can also turn into a car, and kind of you don't like turn right. You just move forward and backwards and run over people, and then eventually you turn back into a robot. It's weird. That's my iffy one. I don't know how good that actually is.
All mine are iffy.
All you're saying. So we'll find out. Something's going to happen. Okay. So with all that being said, Hilary, what game are you voting for?
Oh boy.
These games you know very well. It's going to be hard to pick. You have vast knowledge of each one of these. So
let's go with Galaxy Fight.
Galaxy Fight. Okay. All right, Steve.
Seems like it's the one that could be the least bad.
There's a lot of good fighting games on the Neo Geo. I just don't know if that's one of them. No idea.
Probably not.
Right. Who knows?
The sci-fi take on it. I'm gonna go with whatever that Pokemon-like game.
Biomotor Unitron.
Sure.
Okay, I'm also going to vote for Biomotor Unitron because I'd love to try that again. And since we'll have a couple weeks, we'll actually have time to.
I was going to say,
Get
was
into-
that the one that you were
Yeah.
saying would need as your
Yeah.
time?
Because I mean,
Yeah.
seriously, I think I'd beat Blazing Star in like under an hour. I just had to, because you endless continues, so I just kind of went through it at some point. But not that that's bad, it's just what it is. So, all right, let's find out what we're going to be playing. Okay. So this game was published by Yume Kobo and SNK in 1998. It is a space shooter that screams encouragement at you while absolutely flooding the screen with lasers and explosions. Loud, flashly, and deeply committed to never letting you feel calm. We're going to be playing Blazing Star. Blazing Star, which is the one I was just talking about, of course. I'll tell you now. Get ready to hear this.
Told you called it.
Yeah.
I need you to prepare, okay? This is what you're going to hear a lot. Bonus, 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 bonus. You get a lot of bonuses. I can't do a Japanese girl accent talk very well, but that's what it's going to be. So be ready and power up occasionally, but bonus a lot. So that's what we're going to be playing. So it's not going to take us 2 weeks. I'm going to probably beat this multiple times, I'm thinking, during this
Now,
time.
who's going to do the write-up on it? Because you both picked it.
You.
I guess I'm doing the write-up on it. That's fine. I'll do it. I have 2 weeks to prepare. I think I can handle it. All right. So that, you know what? There are, like I said, I didn't have a Neo Geo. I've played various shoot 'em ups on the system without knowing anything about them. This is apparently a well-loved one. So to the three of you listening who had Neo Geos, you're gonna be very excited. It's gonna be awesome. All right. Hopefully it'll be enjoyed. We'll see. I think I liked it when I played. It's been a while. All right, so this is usually the part where we would randomize and see what kind of games we would be bringing next. But we're going to do this a little different because we are going to be at that game show. What we're going to do instead is we are each going to pick 3 games as usual. But these games are going to be from any system, any genre, just not the modern retro. So we're not going to do PS3, Xbox 360, Wii, Xbox, but anything previous to that. Previous, not including Xbox. Xbox is weird. Can be picked from whatever genre. And then at the show, people are going to be able to vote on what game we end up covering. So we will find out then and announce it to you when we talk about our next game. And that'll be that. So we'll find out what people want to hear us talk about. If you happen to live in the area, which it's got to be like 2 of you, right? I don't know. Feel free to stop by and cast your own vote.
Except for you'll see this after the show. So.
But we will be
That's
posting this on our Facebook and Discord.
Yeah, so you'll have seen it. Obviously, if you're in the cool place to be, you'll know. So that's what's going to happen. So we're going to figure out any game. But we can't tell you what they are right now. So
we don't know.
So we don't know yet. There's a lot to look through. There's a lot of choices when you say any game. So there will be games. Yeah, I guess that's it. So that's the plan. It's a little different. It's going to be a little different couple of weeks, but we're going to get something good out of it. So it'll be good. So if you guys enjoy this, please like, subscribe, give us hearts, give us stars, give us flowers.
Rainbows and blue moons.
Give us Monte Cristos if you have any. Do all those things. Leave comments if you can, especially positive ones. They don't have to be long at all. That really, really, really helps us a lot on anything you're watching or listening on. That's a big deal. So we don't have Patreon. We're not asking for your cash. So if you could do that for us, that would be amazing. Do join us on our Discord server or on our Facebook group. Those links will be down in the show description. And there you can chat with us. And you can also submit fan picks for us so that when we're randomizing at fan picks, your games that you want to hear us talking about will be thrown into the randomizer with others. And so this is the best chance you have to really have us cover a game that you really would like to hear about.
And the last couple fan picks have been really good.
Yeah. Yeah, they've done great. I mean, they're not like me picks or anything, but they're good.
Thank God.
I feel the love in this room. Okay. So that's the plan. You guys have anything else at all?
No.
All right, I guess that's it. So, we won't see you next time.
we might if you go to the convention.
If you went to the game convention, then we will have seen you.
I will be wearing my Retro Station shirt.
That is my plan as well. So
I will one of the days, but not all 3 days.
you're gonna be there a lot.
Probably the same day that we show up. You should wear it.
Probably.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah. So do all that stuff, whatever I was talking about. Anyway, bye.
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 If your parents named you Wart and you grew up to become a powerful wizard, couldn't you magic yourself up a new name?